Lenny, and today I'm going to be filming my May wrap-up and my June TBR. So at the beginning of this month, I had SOLs, but what was really stressing me out was my AP exam, and it's the first one I've ever taken, so of course, being me, the annoying freshman, I was freaking out and trying to study and complaining more about needing to study than actually studying. So when I'm stressing about something, I don't do anything and I kind of just sleep or read Wattpad because I feel better about reading Wattpad because I say, oh, it's not an actual book, so it's not going to take actual time. Then I start reading like 5 Wattpad books in a day and it's just a struggle. But it's all over now. So at the beginning of the month, I didn't read anything at all, which kind of stinks because my May book haul was the biggest book haul I've had in months, and you can go watch that over here. Click on the video. Hey! So now I need to give you the grand total of, drum roll please! 2 and kind of a half books. 2 and halves of 2 books. So would that make a whole? Would that make 3 books? The first book I tried to read this month was actually one of the half books that I read. I tried to complete Snow Like Ashes, but then I lost it in my school band room, so then I only picked it up today because I've been forgetting to pick it up for the entire month. So now I'm halfway through and I probably don't remember a lot of what happened, so I'm not going to tell you my thoughts on this book yet because I haven't finished it. I put it on my kitchen counter and then I picked it up and came back with this. I think it's like jelly. And then the next book that I read in May is Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Matson. This book bugged me so much, I did not really enjoy it. I'd probably give it a 3 rating. It was good at the beginning, but then the quality of the book just dwindled as I read on, and it was really awful. But pretty much they were alternating between 4 point of views, and it was just too much alternating and I didn't like it. And then the characters were really annoying, and there was so much insta-love, and then they didn't even get to the main plot of I think what this whole entire series is going to be because it's a 6-book series. It was so annoying and aggravating. It had so much potential. Like, the summary seemed really cool, and then the way that she tried to establish that summary, it was bad. It was so bad. I was no. The next book that I read is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. And I don't have the actual book with me right now because I borrowed it from my school library. Shocker! I give it around 4 stars, maybe low 90%, and I'll have a review for it up soon. It was so stupid for me to read this book because I had bought 13 books in the month of May, but then I still went to the library to borrow books to read those books instead of books that I already owned. Why did I do that? It was what? Lady! And the last book I have is actually a book that I'm reading right now, and I have less than 100 pages left, and it's June 1st, so I'm going to conclude it in here. And it is Sea of Shadows by Kelley Armstrong. I'll tell you guys my full opinions of this book after I finish it. But hey, if you want to see my status of reading this and what my opinions are at the moment, you can totally check out my Goodreads! Hashtag shameful self-promotion. But while reading this book is actually when I started using Goodreads. Like, I actually learned how to use it and do status updates. Like, someone turn on the lights because it is so dark. This plot is twistier than a snake. I'm not gonna lie, I'm too much of a weenie to read it at 1:56 a.m. aka right now. So you can see how I'm going and books that I read, and then I finally started my 2015 challenge. So those are all the books that I read this month, and now I'm going to be talking about other stuff that I've done this month. I watched Pitch Perfect 2, which I really enjoyed, but I didn't like it nearly as much as I liked Pitch Perfect 1. I haven't found any new animes, but my brother's trying to get me into Madoka Magica, and I'm pretty sure I've already watched it, which is why I'm not watching it right now, because it's kind of interesting, but I don't like the art style. And if I just talked about all the Wattpad books I read this month, then we'd be here forever. So that's it for my May wrap-up, and now going on to my June TBR. I'm not going to be in my home for a majority of summer. I'm actually going on vacation to Japan and the Philippines, but I'll explain that more in a video. But I'm leaving in the middle of June, so I'm going to try to read books, but I don't know how many I'm going to actually read. So this month I do want to finish Sea of Shadows and Snow Like Ashes. I'm really in a fantasy mood because Dungeons & Dragons is killing me, and these are fantasy books, and I need to read them. But I don't know what other fantasy books I can have. I really want to get through the books that I bought in May, but I'm not sure how well I'm going to be doing that. I want to read the first book of the Vampire Academy series, and I hear that you either love it or hate it with that series, but I bought like the first 3 books, so I really hope I like it because that would have been a waste of money. And then I also hear that these books are really quick to read, so I'm probably going to read this just to get through my bookshelf TBR list. Oh, and it's a paperback that's like really easy to turn the pages. Wow, that's nice. How do I get this out? So far my TBR list is really small because I only have plans to read these 4 books, and then 2 of them I'm already halfway done with them. But hopefully I'm going to be able to get through my TBR list because I bought a lot of books in May, and then I already bought books in June, and I'm not going to be here most of the summer. Pretty much this is not good timing for me to not want to read books. So that's the end of my May wrap-up and my June TBR. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!